Good morning. I will call the Board of Water Wastewater Commissioners meeting to order on Tuesday, August 5th, 2025 at 9 a.m. at Chatham Road. We have a full board here, so we have a, excuse me. I'm so sorry.
Is that like from Dark Shadows or something?
Is that for one particular person, or?
No. How do you make it go away?
That was the best.
You never know what's coming.
Yes.
Excuse me, public. All right, so with that said, we have a full board, and the meeting is called to order. So the first item is the minutes from June 24th, 2025.
Second?
And all in favor?
Aye.
And I'm in favor, so that's 5-0. The second set of minutes we will hold till the next meeting. Now, I didn't, are the abatements in this package on our desk, Tracy?
Yes.
Okay.
Sandy did add the water department usage and the water internal adjustments, and she stated that there were no wastewater internal adjustments, so those will not be in your packet.
Okay. So first, we're looking at the water department usage adjustments, and I would like a motion for $2,404.91 cents.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
And I'm an aye, so 5-0. Next are the internal adjustments for quarter 4 for water. And that amount is $3,817.34.
We can't afford that.
Are there any big ones there? We can...
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And I'm an aye. And oh, so the one that was listed on the item C, there is nothing for. Gotcha. No adjustments. Okay. So, now we will go into old business and ask the superintendent to tell us about the Route 28 East water main replacement project.
Sure. There was a water main replacement. The engineer, Bob Drake, that has been basically the project engineer there, has had some health issues, so that has, I know that we had talked about the comments from Mass DOT, so we're getting to those now. They have put Jeff Gregg and Mark Drainville. They're going to be overseeing the project until Bob gets, everything figured out with his health and he gets better. So there's a few comments that they're going to be replying to, and then they may need another boring out on Route 28 that Mass DOT wants, or they want a reason why that there was a boring that was not done. So he said, this fall, we're looking to bid, so.
One question, Jason. So at our last meeting, we were still waiting for the DOT to respond back to us, so it sounds
They
like
have
you have
replied,
at
yes.
least gotten that far, and that was,
Yes.
Judith had a contact, but
Yep.
you did get that, so that's it's very late, but it's something.
Yes, we did get the review comments, and the review comments were 75 to 100% completion on the drawings that were submitted. So it looks like these are the last comments for this, and we should be issued that permit from Mass DOT.
So when these comments are resolved, hopefully within a month or a few weeks, is that when we can finally go out to bid?
Yes.
Okay.
And I asked, in fact, I was just on the phone with Mark this morning, and he said all the bid documents are ready to go.
Oh, good.
Yes, so they have been working on that, and I said, I reiterated that we should be further along in this process that we are, and he said that, Mass DOT has really slowed things down a little bit.
So maybe if we get a bid out in October and awarded in November, it's going to be a later start than we said, but that's when we'll get again to start talking about info meetings and, getting the public involved and stuff like that. Luckily for this project, we appropriated, the original estimate was very high, so the vote and the appropriation was high, but at least with these delays, we have enough money to cover it if the bids are higher, just because the world, tariffs, who knows, other things are just, people are uneasy, can make a bid higher, so. Guess we're getting there. Thank you.
On the Phase 1 Route 28, there's no new news there, and that was a Mass DOT project.
Although last night it sounded like they expect that project to go out in the fall too, which I'm a little surprised because we were way ahead of them, and now we've lost our lead.
Yes.
I have this nightmare that somehow we're going to shut down all of 28 Queen Anne at the same time for Great Sand Lakes, it seems like the entire town could be shut down with all these
There's a lot
projects
going
running
on.
late, so.
We'll just tell everybody you caused it.
Tell them I'm up here in Azalea Bridge,
Call
I don't
Noreen,
care.
call Noreen.
That's why she's got the phone message on there.
And your little bridge might be gone too,
That's right, you gotta drop things off to me if it is.
Fly it in.
You drop, yeah, so, I'm sure we can find somebody
We'll
else
get
to
it
blame.
thrown to the department and sent
There
there.
you go.
So, next item on the agenda is our tank painting bid results. I'll let Jason give the overview.
We submitted, the bid was put out, and we had 3 companies submit a bid. And as you can see, it, from the tank bids, it came well under. So we had $1.6 million for the painting of the tank, and the lowest bid is $835,000.
That's great.
And do you think that's, how can I say this gently? You don't think they purposefully underbid to get the contract? Not that a company would do that, but you know what I mean?
No, so I had visited another water department somewhere else that had a similar tank to ours. Their bid came at $935,000. This was last year.
So it's
And they had a lot more work done to their tank. They had their name on the tank, and there was a lot to do. On the inside, they had to do some upgrades, so 835 is a good number.
Do we want our name on the tank?
No, I think we should have, we
Let's
should
put the
have the
picture.
photo. Yes, have it done like a painting,
How about just Alan?
Electronic.
Have your picture up on
John
the
has
water
some
tank.
information about this company.
What's that?
Tell them where they're from,
He
Oh,
was,
yeah, I'm looking at it from Butler, Pennsylvania,
Yeah,
where Trump was.
where Trump is,
assassination.
yeah, the company that low bid. I don't know why, it's a stupid thing, I just thought of it.
that's amazing. You figure they come from Pennsylvania, and the
Yeah.
others are up this way, and they're gonna do all that driving and moving equipment What area? And a little bit.
They did, they painted 2 tanks in Brewster.
Yeah,
This same company, they did another one in Wareham, so they're,
So,
so they don't go home.
Yeah, maybe not, you
maybe
know.
they sleep in the tank, maybe.
Or maybe they're just headquartered in Pennsylvania and they have an office here, right?
So, I mean,
Yeah,
Jason,
Maynard. There you go.
right, Jason's happy with this. What our action would be, there is a notice of award, so I believe we would vote to approve this award, and then at the end of the meeting, we'll be signing the notice of award for them to go ahead and commence. And what I was wondering, let me ask the board, is after this, what will happen is in a few weeks, we'll have the actual construction contract in front of us to sign. And I'm wondering, because it's been a while, if we should have the engineer back in just to go over things with us again,
Absolutely.
because it's going to be done in the fall, and it's been a while, so I thought that might be nice to refresh us.
You know, sometimes it is good because things do crop up.
Right.
And, you know, we just say that, and it's better to be in the know.
Yeah, and I remember this company wrote, you know, a really great, clear contract and paperwork, but it's been a year, you know, so I would suggest that the board consider approving this award, what's it called?
Chairman, I move
The notice of award.
we award the contract for Pleasant Lake Tank to Worldwide Industries in the amount of $835,200.
Right, and I'm going to amend that, if I could, Alan,
By all means.
to say to approve the notice of award, because we don't actually have the contract yet, to that company, as I said.
Oh, yeah. I missed that.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And I'm an aye, so that's 5-0. So at the end of that, end of the meeting, we can sign this, and you can send it on its way. But then at the next one, if you could arrange, when they actually have the construction bid, if you could arrange for the engineers to come in to give us a little
yep. an update.
refresher course,
Yep.
before we see what picture winds up on the
Yeah,
tank. So great, it took a little while longer than we thought, but it's a good company, good engineering company, good bid so far, good all along, so that's all right, next item, item C, is the grinder pump, the changes to the sewer regulations generated by grinder pump revisions. I will tell you that I went through almost all of the sewer regulations and sent a list to Jason and through him to Mark Drainville. But there were some questions that I felt I wanted to ask the board. You know, the others were mostly typos or clarifications. And of course, we're going to see another whole version with everything in it. Anyway, this is not the final round yet.
So this is just mostly informational.
Yeah. What we need to get next is the combination of questions and then the final version in front of us. And to approve that, then we would need a public hearing. If we so choose to approve, we would do that. And then they get sent to Chatham, since we're locked into Chatham, for them to look them over. And then they go to the town clerk, so it's quite a process. But my questions to the board were very simple. One was brought up last meeting. On the cover, as was pointed out, of the sewer regulations, it says Water Department, as was pointed out at last meeting. So, I mean, I think we should at least drop that. If you want to put in wastewater, whatever people like. What's your pleasure?
Well, it's sewer, so I should say water, wastewater. I had somebody give me a copy of something in the charter I've got to look up. It says we are wastewater, wastewater.
We have a charter topic later, so we
Yeah.
can
Well,
be.
we are,
Yeah.
but it's
What?
the department piece that's
Yeah,
not clear, which I think the select board is moving on making that more clear.
well, we're gonna spend a whole year on charter, thanks to the charter commission, but I'm just saying that topic is 2 topics down on our agenda.
I know, but I think she's asking
No,
about
I'm not talking
the-
about the charter, I'm talking
Oh.
about what you just asked us.
Okay,
Because I don't know that we can answer that without the other answers.
what-
well, let me say this, we're gonna be revising these probably 3 times this year. So, between, there's another issue that comes up and everything else, so, I mean, that's why I'm not losing a lot of sleep over
Yeah.
it, you know.
I'm not comfortable putting it in there until the select board does what they need to do.
That's fine, I mean, as I say, I know we're gonna be revising again, so I'm not, you know. So are you saying we leave it water department?
Yeah,
For now.
fine.
Whatever you like.
Just down here at the bottom is the Board of Water and Wastewater Commission.
Yeah, fine.
Amen.
Somebody brought it up last meeting as a question to
Sure
me,
wasn't
so.
me.
Huh?
I said, sure wasn't me.
Yeah, I know, so, all right,
I
so,
think these are fine.
all right, so we'll leave that that way.
Yeah.
And also then, if you notice on the pages you have, it must be embedded in the header that it also says water department on every page. So whatever you would like.
You know, the nice thing about this is someone's looking at the sewer regs. They know where to go to the water department.
Okay,
You know, I think it keeps it simple.
yeah.
I can't imagine being up at town hall and wanting to talk about sewer.
No, I don't want to do that. No.
So I think it's covering the bases.
All right, so
Because there is no wastewater department.
whatever.
They're
There's a
right.
wastewater superintendent, there's a
Yeah.
board of commissioners.
Yeah. Actually, what I was gonna do was just remove it, but it doesn't matter. I'm fine with whatever you guys like.
I think it's just the way that's.
Just leave it the way it is. Fine by me. All right.
Beautiful.
So you got the message to send it on.
May I ask one question about these?
Yeah.
I was just thinking about what can and can't go in there. What do you call them in the kitchens?
Grease traps?
No,
Garbage disposal?
garbage disposal. Now, I know you're not supposed to have them in septics, but.
You can have them
second
in the-
home, You can have them on the sewer? and the-
Yep,
okay.
oh, yeah.
There's nothing needs to go in here about them? Okay. Because they're essentially a mini grinder, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just so the board will know, this was last approved by us on May 26th of '21, which was 5 days after John and I were elected. So, when we very first walked in the door. So this was my first shot at really going through them, and managed to clean up a ton of stuff. And I think with each revision, it will get better. Like, for instance, through 2/3 of the document, they refer to Jason as director, you know, rather than superintendent,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So we're trying to improve clarity with each and every swipe of it. And also, Mark Drainville did a lot of work with, you know, the formatting. You know, some things had titles that were mentioned in the table of contents, some things didn't. So just trying to make it a better document each time we go through. I think it'll be 3 shots this year, so, unfortunately. But, so that's not, but we're moving, so that's good.
Yeah, you know, all in all, I don't think it's too bad a start.
No, it's great. Remember, those regs came from Chatham, it's not like we wrote them, so it doesn't hurt to,
And then do these go to the select board ultimately?
Chatham,
No,
yeah,
I mean, we as a commission approve them, but does the select board have to?
no. They go to Chatham to be approved and then to the town clerk to be registered.
Chad, we send out orders to, and we have to follow their
Yeah.
rules.
Part of the IMA,
Okay. No, but I mean, the select board doesn't have,
no.
They're along for the ride.
which is why there's some hope we might finish.
Okay.
Don't start anything, Judith.
I'm not. No, we are moving at a good clip.
Okay, so, as I say, that will come back to us either next meeting, hopefully next meeting, which will be the whole report with, will it have the before and after, Jason?
Yes.
Next version, or will it be the final report?
So it will be the final, and I will also have a revision inked up in red or a different color to see what was changed. So I'd like to have both of those so everybody can see instead of trying to
Okay.
compare.
A lot of
If
paper for you.
if that would work.
Entertainment, honey.
Hey, I tell you, it's been a godsend having all this paper to print on. I've
Is
been
it?
doing it, yeah.
Oh, good.
All right, so next item is the Exchange Park fountain and fountains in general. So I believe the superintendent has some information.
Yeah, we've been working on the Exchange Park fountain. I brought Steve over and the line has been cut that goes to the fountain from the meter pit that's there to supplies water to the fountain. To repair that and put a new line, it would be a lot of digging, and it would, there is really nice ornamental trees there, different things like that. So what I did was I got a hold of Bob and we took a walk around the park, and I said, what about putting another fountain there? One that has a hydration station, one that's a bubbler, and one that has sort of a, I guess it's a dog, you can fill up a dog bowl or something like that. And we came up with a nice little spot that's right off the sidewalk, and it would look really nice there.
It's, it's unfortunate that this old fountain just
I
can't be
know.
refurbished. It's a, but it's already been dedicated. It can stay there as a,
Put plants in there?
they could, but the bubbler's got to be removed anyway. It's no good.
Yeah,
And the trough is great, but it's, not healthy. You can't
Right.
really do anything with it. It would be, like Jason said, the line is too far away. But he's got a great idea with this.
yeah. I have a little picture of the hydration station with a cost on here. I can have everybody can take a look at it if they want. And if you wanted to do something like that, the next step would be going to historic.
I don't know, that's what I wanted to ask you guys, what maybe Noreen knows, if we approve to move the fountain, or put the station in where the water lines are, do we have to ask permission to do that?
This is all new ground to me. I really don't know.
Because I
I
don't mind going before him or with Jason, if you guys approve it,
My
but it
question,
is $6,000, so.
Yeah,
my question about it, how much does it get used?
It would get used a lot, don't you think?
Mhm.
I mean, you didn't pick that picture of,
Oh, can you send
Yeah,
that,
no.
Lauren, can you pass that?
oh,
Oh, the pictures that you had sent me? I should.
I mean, Jason got to see a good taste of that corner with all the
Yeah.
traffic, and then also over at the church where they had their plastic water station with paper cups.
I saw so many pictures from you. I thought I had been inside the park, but I never have.
Yeah. Okay, so you see that.
So where would it go?
He wants, where the kiosk is that the chamber has? It would go in front of that, like right almost at the sidewalk. So as you're walking by, and right by where the
The
garden
chamber
club.
has a kiosk?
Yeah, they don't.
Harwich Center?
Yeah, they have like this old kiosk that was built. It's kind of, the next step that I would do is ask Cindy if we can renovate that so that we can put like a QR code or an updated information of the town. Because,
Oh, the little bulletin board.
Yeah,
It looks-
yeah.
Okay, okay.
so that needs to be, updated and upkeep. So this station would go a long way to
It's-
doing it.
And it's easy for people on bikes to
Oh,
move
yeah.
in and out of there?
Yeah, pretty easy. I mean, this doesn't require trimming of trees or trimming any edges. or anything. Would just be right by that kiosk and right off the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Where the,
So-
but the main thing is the water line is right there.
Yeah.
That's, there's no digging, there's no, I mean, minimal.
The selectmen pay for the fountain.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it really wouldn't be that intrusive on the area, and it would really help it out, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's a great spot for it.
You know, it was a tragic day when the building came down.
They have,
Yeah.
Yeah, my grandparents had moved here a year earlier. One of the reasons they moved here was because of the building.
I knew the building, you know, yeah, it's tragic. But, you know, the reality was.
One boat, right?
Yeah,
was it just too expensive to keep up?
The building? One more time, but it went down by one boat.
It was like the cultural center.
Yeah.
There was an unnamed member of, well, I was on that first committee and they wanted to bulldoze it. You know, because if you think like a business versus think like a municipality, it's a different mentality.
Yes, it is.
You know, the sad part of the whole thing, it was a beautiful building, everything about it. But the town was too cheap to take care of it. When it came time to fix it, it was too much. They didn't want to spend it. You know, simple, cheap out, tear it down. I mean, it really was. I mean, they used to hold town meetings in there.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
And roller skating,
Yeah.
right?
So I used to go to the balcony and I'd have to keep quiet to be in there. Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah.
That's amazing.
We used to, in Scouts, do plane spotting and call it in. Echo Metro 54 block was the number.
Doing the
Call
roll.
in and report what's going by.
It's unfathomable to me that they got rid of that building.
I know, it was the
Yeah.
tallest building in Cape Cod
Wow,
for a long, long time.
Really?
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
I knew the architect's granddaughter. Yeah.
The only thing they did was shingle the roof once, because the selectmen were in the ground floor offices. Other than that, yeah.
Cautionary tale.
Anyway,
So,
I got a question about these, Jason. I'm just curious,
See, the
thinking big about the town, if the town bought 10 of those, would it bring the price down significantly so that there could be more stations around?
That I don't know. I don't know if there's a quantity that will bring that price down.
your questions?
How tall is it? Is it
Like,
like, yeah, like the
well, it has
the current fountain?
you'd be able to
Height
stand
ones?
and drink out of that. That fills bottles and that has for the animal
Okay, so
dog.
it's standing height, yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
I mean, it's slim, it's, not a intrusive,
Is it metal
yeah, probably.
versus plastic?
Yeah, metal stainless steel
Good.
for
It's the same ones
sanitation.
that Patrick donated?
It must be.
Yeah. Yeah, there's two of them, right? Didn't, two or three that?
Four.
Four he put in, yeah. Yeah.
So, okay, so if we were to do this like as a pilot program, is that what I'm kind of hearing from the board? I mean, this would not be the town paying for this would be us, okay? All right.
Yes, I
See,
I
Annie,
understand.
it's 6,000. Can we do that this year, Sandy?
Yeah, it's the beginning of the fiscal year, so, I mean,
Yeah,
yes, now
okay.
would be the time to do
Right.
it.
And so I'm kind of thinking that, if we do this, we do it like as a we'll call it a pilot program, because we've talked about a water map and hydrating, the town. But we didn't plan for a ton this year, so maybe one is the one, for this year while we work out the kinks. Now, who would do the maintenance on this one? See, right now, I don't want to break the model that we have. Right now, on this list of fountains, community gardens, other things, it is the DPW that does the maintenance, and all our department does, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, is turn them on and off in the spring and fall. So should we approach the DPW? I mean, I don't know if we really want to start a separate program on top of the program that's been in existence for years.
Well,
you know?
aren't we just replacing one that we had? It's just moving 3 feet away or whatever for
Well, no, it's moving about
convenience?
25 feet away or something more.
But I mean,
Yeah,
it's
but
the
we
same
would-
general location.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
understand, it's almost a replacement. It's
Yeah.
not, it wouldn't be a new,
Right.
so it would be a replacement, and I can just check with the DPW to say, if we replace that,
Yeah.
can you put this on your list?
Well, even if it was new, I don't think they would care about
Right.
one more fountain, so it's just,
Right.
I just want to get the steps of, I don't, just because if we agree to buy this and do this, I don't want people to think then I'd like it to fit in with the systems, not that we're breaking the model and everything else, so.
And we do the installation, right?
Town has their own plumber.
Yeah. A few of them.
Sandy?
The recreation department pays for the irrigation there. I
Right.
don't know if it's still used, but
There must be some because of the garden club.
okay. Who would be paying for the water used
Right, we have
for
to
this?
figure that
Because the
out.
DPW would maintain, like, do the spring and fall, turn on, turn off, like they do the rest of the town accounts, but we don't pay for any water for any
Right, I
bubblers
know.
or anything in town right now. And when we looked back, the rec department is the one who pays for the irrigation. So I don't know if is it worth reaching out to Eric Beebe to see if they would pick that back up. I mean, it feels appropriate for it to be a recreational, community type thing. And I
Yeah,
wouldn't,
I'm
I
sure you'd be
mean,
excited
yeah.
that there's another bubble.
Would you mind, at your leisure, Jason, contacting Eric? To see if they'll pick up that account, that way we don't mess up with our,
Especially if it's a pilot thing, you want
Yeah.
to maintain that sort of.
right, okay. Well, at some point, I'm sure we'll find out a little more about all of these and where they are, but at least if we get started.
Yeah,
You sure you
Um,
want to call it a pilot though, as opposed to a replacement?
it should be a replacement in this
Okay.
case.
Yeah.
Because a pilot is a
Right.
whole,
Right. For us, it's the first one of the replacement. We have not done this department in the past.
okay.
Yeah.
But a pilot would indicate
Yeah.
that it's a whole new program.
Right.
And that's going to get people's ire.
And let me ask that question openly, because my strong background is electricity. Does the board feel this is the proper use of water rate funds?
Yes.
I do, I think we take our funds from the community, and it's nice to give something back occasionally.
But historically, it's always been funded through town meeting for the
And,
exchange part,
oh, it
Oh,
has.
always. Everything that's there was funded through town meeting vote.
Well, let me ask it a different way, Alan, because you're the one with the background on this. Let's say this first one happened to be, I don't know, where the farmer's market is or something like that. Would you then feel it was all right to go through water rate funds?
I mean, the water department has always been there for seeing that there's a place to water, a drinking water, or the gardens, or all that type of thing. And there's no reason why we can't continue to assist in helping with the maintenance and all. And I'm not sure where we are as far as building those departments for water use. Do we do that currently?
Well, yeah, we do, and
So we
we'll-
would continue to do
Right.
that. It's a way that we keep some control, that all of a sudden there's a water fountain that's running all day and night or whatever. I mean, and that was part of the reasoning behind that those who controlled the spot are responsible. You know?
Right.
And for us to jump in now and start taking on, I don't think we should do that.
Well, I'm not asking, my question isn't about paying for the water or maintenance or any of those things will all go the way they always went.
Yeah,
My only thing that I just want to ask openly is about the cost of the unit itself, the 6,000, if we feel that's an appropriate use of water department funds.
for $6,000 for the town
Yeah.
meeting vote.
Did Patrick Ottens go through a town meeting vote? I can't remember, they might have, I
I
don't
think
really
it did.
remember. Yeah.
But that was 4 or 5. I
Four.
got the prices,
Four.
I ordered them,
4,
yeah.
yeah.
And there was an article, so
Yeah.
yes.
And this should be the same.
And that actually would create an opportunity to have one where they have the farmer's market and, you know, other spots in town, I
Oh.
guess.
Okay, so I'm just trying to envision this. Not trying to be argumentative, but I'm just saying, like, you know, if we were buying something for the yard, you know, I don't know, I can't think of anything, you know, that would not be a town meeting vote. You know, what is it about a fountain that makes it a
It's
town
not
meeting
under
vote?
the jurisdiction of the water department.
Right, that's what I'm trying to
Amen.
find out.
It's under the board of selectmen or the parks. I'm not sure who's controlling that park.
I don't think anybody knows.
Nobody knows.
Yeah, that's the problem. is
And
there's-
nobody's doing it.
Right.
But we don't want to start taking on those fountains. I don't think it belongs to us.
Who handles Brooks Park,
Park and Rec.
Park
Yeah.
and Rec?
Yeah, I think we had a list here that told where all the fountains were
Yeah.
and
Right.
who is responsible for them, who pays the
Yeah.
water bills, who maintains them. The maintenance really falls to the DPW. We're fortunate they do the spring and the fall, if the turn on, turn off. But the water bills are paid by various departments.
What do we
The
do?
rec
Do we do
department.
anything?
We don't pay for any of them.
No, but do we
Oh.
do anything?
Meaning?
Well, turn them on
No,
or off.
we do turn on and turn off. We'll turn it off or on at the street.
I thought you
But
just said the DPW turned
They
them on.
play the plumber role, like when we do a turn on and turn off
Oh,
at a
there's two
customer's
parties.
house. Yes,
Okay.
there's two, there's the plumber and there's
Yeah.
our role.
Right.
It works the way it is, leave it alone.
So who would
Fountain's not
install
working,
it?
that's the-
I
Yeah.
know, but you know,
So how do you expedite it so we can get a,
well, it should be up to Park and Rec, you know, to
Okay.
replace that fountain.
It
No.
should be, but will they do it? That's my question.
Well, I mean, I can't speak for them because, you know, it's been a long time since I've been there. But frankly, you know, it's been replaced. I know for a fact it's been replaced since its original start, and maybe even a couple times. But I think it's up to Park and Rec to deal with it. Sure, if we want to work with them and, you know, help the cause, that's one thing. But for us to start taking on water fountains, I don't think we should be there.
Oh. I might disagree with Alan a little
It's
bit,
all right.
but that's okay. But I just want to say that I presented it as thinking, you know, that maybe we should consider taking on this additional role of new fountains in the town. But, I mean, I would want it to go through the proper steps. My only concern is that the proper use of water rates. You know, and do the people feel that way? I don't know, maybe it does have to be, maybe an article and a program has to be written for town meeting. I mean, I don't really know. What are your ideas?
I mean, you guys have the experience here of dealing with various boards, the history, all of that. I mean, I'm a newcomer here. But I would like to see something given back in that area that, like, you know, the building's gone, the town ignores that park. We would like to see something come back. How that happens, this board, by voting, could exert some pressure on the other agencies to say, I think town meeting idea is not a bad idea anyway, because if you go before the town, then you're saying,
Right.
this is what we're doing, and looking at the whole thing. So I'm not opposed to that. I'd like to see the board get behind it in whatever manner we can do to exert our pressure or
If we
position.
went, a town meeting article vote, I would think, but everybody has input, that we would consider, a plan, next May of saying, the water department would be interested in doing like 3 in the next year and have that in a budget or a fund or whatever and take it from there, if we chose to do that. Not just go out and spend money and,
Right. I have a question about the timeline. So let's say we want to buy it, and what would be the install, by the time you get it probably purchased and ready to install, it's winter, right? So that gives us time to plan until next year or something like that, and say, if we are going to town meeting, I don't think it would get installed before then anyway.
right, good point.
Who shut them off in Granger and turns them on?
DPW.
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 That's where it belongs.
Well, there's nothing
There's no
wrong,
reason why we can't help them,
right,
but I don't see us taking it on.
right, I know you
When-
don't.
These, I don't remember all the details back originally. When the first fountain went in on a town meeting article.
It did go in on a town meeting article?
Yeah, yeah.
I wonder if we could research that.
We can do a little
Do
looking.
you remember the year?
The chamber would probably know. The chamber was responsible for the park.
Here's
the
another-
Communal park.
I can ask.
Another piece too is, maybe we should have a joint meeting or a conversation with rec
That would be great.
I think that sounds like a great idea.
and see what they may also be interested in this, and they have more personal knowledge of the bubblers that are at the beaches and attached to other
It's
things.
just not a bad idea.
Yeah,
Because actually that bubbler should be removed. And it's got a hose going down to the trough, and when it rains, it fills up and it doesn't drain, and then the water gets moldy, and, you don't want your dog drinking that.
Lots of mosquitoes.
Yeah.
So it needs to be replaced, or something needs to happen there anyway.
I'm not against, if we help out, but to take it on and, we spend it out of water revenue, I'm against that.
yeah, I know you
But
are.
if we help them out and do
Yeah.
whatever we can to help,
Right.
fine.
I understand what you're saying, and I struggled with this. And I think I said a couple of months ago that I'm trying to be a little less conservative. And this is a new direction, so we would have to do it right. So we aren't going to agree, but it's all right if we don't always agree. But I'm saying that we explore this as a possible new program. Yes, it would be, because the world has changed, and I think hydration things are important. If it winds up being another department or something like that, then, hey, bully for that, if it gets done. But right now, it doesn't seem adequate for our needs, and that's all I'm saying, but we'll discuss it and vote and decide, and, I'm admitting it's a new thing.
Well, you know what, they've been there a lot of years without it. We help them out, have been helping, but for us to own them, no, I don't know.
Oh, I'm not necessarily saying we would own them, we wouldn't.
Well, that's what you're doing when you buy them. Somebody's gonna go fix them.
Oh, yeah.
All of a sudden you
Yeah.
have to be responsible for the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you're taking on the whole thing, you're gonna get the whole thing. Because nobody else is gonna bother them.
Yeah, it's possible.
No, well, see, that's the point. I think the park is in neglect, and the town,
Definitely.
and the town suffers, the people suffer.
Definitely.
Harwich Center has been the poor stepchild of all these villages, as you guys call
Yeah,
it.
it's
With
true.
all the growth, they tear down the buildings, they don't replace them. It's left to, we got a grant to improve that area. So one little fountain, I don't think is gonna ripple and bring down the water department. I think we could do something to push and do something here.
I'm gonna make
I mean,
a suggestion.
Sure.
Um,
Sure, you-
Rather than, all of a sudden we've got rooms full of different boards, maybe we could invite Eric to one of our meetings. Eric Beebe, he's the head of recreation.
Sounds good. And table
Just
this
for a
until,
start?
yeah,
Well, there isn't, I don't think there's
there's not
much
an
else
action.
we can do with this right now.
Yeah,
There's too many questions. We're not gonna vote all of a sudden to buy a fountain out of the blue. It doesn't feel right.
no, but it feels right
Um,
that that's the replacement, because
Yeah.
if you're gonna do it,
Right,
we know the spot,
yep.
that's what should happen. And if Park and Rec, they should really agree because of the others.
Mhm. And then we can talk about the topic of who pays for the fountains themselves. They keep the roll of paper, whatever comes up. I think then, given that, it might be premature for you to go to historic at this point, unless you just wanna go and talk. If
It wouldn't
that's
be,
fine.
it wouldn't hurt, I don't
Yeah,
think.
all right.
Once you get their viewpoint,
yeah.
I can't imagine they'd be against it, but, you never know.
As long as it's just something under discussion with the board, nothing we've, agreed to go ahead with yet.
Well, for one thing, we need to go to town meeting.
Right. This would all be in preparation for town meeting next May, leading up to
Okay.
town meeting.
So it'd be next May.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. If we develop something with rec, or just rec, or whatever, articles have to be in by January, so that gives us these 4 or 5 months, if it involves an article at town meeting, to submit an article.
Okay, because I want to hurry, because we need John's vote on this.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Don't worry,
before
we'll
he-
get him, we'll
before
get
he
him on
gets
the
out of
way
here.
out.
Yeah.
He doesn't get out till after town meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
yeah, well-
What's that?
We could do a write-in.
I think we could do it right in. We might be back.
Alan's gonna be a no, and that's fine. What are you gonna do about him? He's
right
gonna
in
be
there.
I got time to
too.
work on him.
Oh,
We'll bring him around. I'll get him to the park and walk him around. Like I got everybody
Get him
else.
thirsty.
see, maybe we could wait for you all to stop, because I'm all done.
We got one less thing. we
I'm
got
gonna
one to
be
do.
like the old fountain history.
Well, you were thinking of putting your name on the fountains that
Yes,
was,
the-
I don't know
I
now.
just want to remind you, you all encouraged me to run, because I was under the impression that you would all be here for the
Yes.
next few years to join me.
That's right. We got her good.
No, I got 50 years in, that's enough.
Yeah, it is. 50 good ones, that's for sure.
And the first board that you were on was Parks and Rec, right?
Yeah,
Oh, see? Why didn't you put all the fountains in?
not even that.
What was it?
Hi.
Park. Okay, so it wasn't Rec yet, it was just
Once
Park.
I got on, it became Parks and Rec.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, when you deal with the recreational all the time, you might as well be sitting at the table, Didn't make sense the way it was. You know? So,
I'm missing the oh no, lose my pictures.
I'll get Alan on board on this, yeah.
All right. Well, hey, we don't agree on everything, but we had a discussion and we'll have another discussion.
You know what? In all honesty,
Yeah,
those fountains need a keeper.
yeah.
There's no doubt about it. So, some of you, you've gotta know they're gonna turn them on, turn them off, keep them repaired,
Yeah.
the whole thing,
DPW does it now,
Yeah,
all repairs.
so,
Oh.
I've seen the thing up there dangling off in the past, water running,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
anyway. Moving.
next item, yeah, we got a time limit, remember. Superintendent's evaluation, and Sandy did a ton of work.
So Noreen and I met probably about a month ago, 3-4 weeks ago, and had spent some time consolidating the evaluation examples that we had, and we came up with a really good model here, an example. It's, sorry, I didn't put it into the packet. And it totals to 100 points, which the previous ones had not. Sure. So if you, I can email this to all of you so you have it electronically as well.
That would be good.
Okay, if you wanted to fill it out electronically, I'd need to make a form compatible, would just be a few, I can do that if you would want to fill one out electronically. And, Noreen, go ahead.
Oh, no.
I was just gonna say, if you see anything on it that you feel could be edited or improved, to please let us know. There are some components of the older version, there's some components of AI generated based on the job description. And then Noreen found a few other ones.
So, for Bob's sake,
Yes.
we'll blame him for
Okay.
everything. It's a confusing process, so I'd like us to go
Yes.
through the steps.
Okay,
We'll take
sure.
it to town
Yep.
meeting.
So, correct me if I'm wrong. While this is going on, there is a form, I might have it with me, but at any rate, it's a one-page form that goes to each employee, and they fill it out anonymously on how they feel about the superintendent. It's checklist. And happens very quickly, and sometime in the near future, those will be emailed to us, just for us to read those. So that's happening.
They're all ready. They're all ready, they were filled out, and I have them to scan in.
Okay,
Is there a
so,
time frame you're looking to get this done?
yes, we're going through the steps. So, all right, so that's going on. Now, the way we always did it, and we will do it, is that each of us now takes this form in whatever fashion, and these go to Sandy, not to me or Jason. So you will complete this and submit it to Sandy. I'm just going to quickly go over it. We have the last year's goals that mostly came out of our meetings and capital plan. The next page, the next year's goals, that's just for comments. That's kind of to get where we're going and, where we're going in the future in your mind. It's not graded, it's next year, but just kind of so you see what's ahead of us. And then the other items, with some help from ChatGPT, came straight out of Jason's job description, which was a big help. And then the last three the next three rather, are some, kind of places where you can put some general comments. Section 4 isn't graded. Again, it would be more for general comments. And then you put an overall grade on the end, sign, and turn it into Sandy. And for the ultimate goal in this is August 26th. That's Jason's anniversary date. And this accompanies his going up a step for him to get that on time. Otherwise, he gets it retro, but it's nice to have it go along there. So we complete these, send them into Sandy. Then Sandy, by some miracle of computers, takes all 5 of ours and conglomerates them into one and sends that to all of us, the one, which is kind of a combination of all of our thoughts. And then I don't remember what happens then. Do we do that at a meeting?
Yeah, no,
Give
you
it to Julie.
sign it, so we probably put this on hopefully the next agenda for
Oh.
signature,
Okay, yeah,
the combined one. So if everybody,
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Yeah, what?
If everybody can submit them to me
Right.
within the next week or so, I can consolidate them onto one for you to, for the packet at your next meeting, and then you would sign if you were,
Right.
it's a consolidation of all your
Yeah.
evaluations.
Yeah, you can
Jason
do that.
also fills out one.
That's right, Jason
And
fills
that's-
out
so
one
that's-
as well, and we get that
So Jason fills out
one.
one,
Yeah.
and you would get that as well.
Yeah.
Who does us?
So,
No, no.
Yeah, I
Yes.
Yeah.
so you want,
I do you, Bob.
you want this back in a week?
A week or two.
I mean, this is pretty serious, heavy stuff.
Is it? Do you need more time, Alan?
He looks thirsty to me.
Yeah,
I'll take care of that for
I
you.
know. I'm trying.
Not in a month or
Now,
so.
what kind of efforts are you giving him?
All depends.
Yes, Judith.
One suggestion,
Yes.
just at the bottom, department head evaluation form,
Uh-huh.
I would recommend it gets changed to water and wastewater
Sure,
superintendent.
yes,
As opposed
that's
to
fine.
department.
Yes,
Yep.
Just a
Department head should
reminder
be
to the select board.
superintendent,
you're right.
Do what
No,
they're supposed to
yes,
do.
that was an oversight.
Superintendent?
I don't know,
Evaluation
whatever,
form.
whatever.
Superintendent.
Instead of department.
Yeah, we'll get rid of department head. That was when we used the town form.
Yeah.
So all the
This is
department
good.
heads,
I think
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
is a
so
good
that's
job.
better than the
form,
old one,
but
believe me.
more
we don't
clear.
have to follow that. You guys can do your own thing, and which it's been, we've talked about it for years.
Yep. So,
Well, yeah, department head evaluation form, water and wastewater superintendent.
Yeah, we can remove
Yeah.
the department
Department
head.
head,
It can
yeah.
just be water and wastewater superintendent.
No,
Yeah. Oh.
it's the afterwards, the water and wastewater department. There is no water and wastewater
Right,
department.
okay. Yep.
So,
Water
tell
department.
her what you want.
so leave department head evaluation form, because he is
Yeah.
technically a department head.
Yep.
And then hyphen water and wastewater superintendent, because that's his
Okay,
title.
sure.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's fine.
And that's also just another reminder to the select board to figure out an actual
Yeah.
Yeah,
department.
they don't see these,
I was
just so
gonna
you
say,
know.
yeah.
Those radicals down on Chatham Road.
Yeah.
Well, it's, you
That's
know,
right.
still,
Okay, so back to timing. So our next meeting, we haven't looked at, we have other topics to look at, but it might be on the 26th, and his date is the 26th, so how does that affect
We'd
that?
have to do retro. Would have to
Okay.
do retro, because there wouldn't be enough time to
Right,
get it all submitted and the action
Yeah.
form signed.
all right,
give
let's,
us a deadline.
Yeah.
Well,
How long will it take you to compile and,
hang on.
if you work
We-
backwards?
We have other timing issues, so if we could wait and discuss the next meeting based on all of them, we have other ones.
Well, can you do this in a week, get it to us within the week?
sure, yeah, if you, it's pending you guys getting yours to me, that I
Yeah.
can put it
So
all
I-
together.
But
I
if
would
we
think-
get it back to you by the end of Friday, let's say, the
Yep.
end of the day Friday, will that give you enough time to
Yes.
get it?
Yep, yep. And
So-
then basically, it wouldn't,
Not that
I mean,
long.
it wouldn't go on the next agenda. I mean, I guess you would want to sign it before the next meeting, so I can move the paperwork forward for a step increase.
So
Why don't we wait till we see what our next meeting is gonna be?
does it,
Okay.
can I ask a question? Does it have to be a meeting? If we send it in, couldn't we all just sign it?
Yeah, if the chair and you guys are in agreement with the consolidated version, I could put it into DocuSign and have you sign it electronically, and those who wanted to come in and sign in person could.
Plus, you know, if we don't have the consolidated version at a meeting, then like somebody might say, well, I didn't like, you know, this must have come from somebody else. I would just ask if we could, we're either meeting on the 19th or the 26th.
Okay.
And so it might be the 19th, and it might be no problem, but I'd just like to cover the other topics so that we can decide when our next meeting is and take our action based on that.
Okay.
Okay? Bear with me, is what I'm saying, so, to be referred back to in a second. So at any rate, it's a good form. You should have seen the last form, and that's our way forward. So what this, the reason that I said we'll decide when our next meeting is, I'm sure in your packets somewhere, was, as you saw, which actually came out the day of our last meeting, is a request from the Charter Commission.
Scares me when she opens things like this up.
This is like fire.
I know, I'm like, oh my God. It's 10 o'clock.
Hey, I'm a researcher.
Yes, I
I
know
shouldn't be your
It's-
chair.
it's a
That's what I
steel
am.
trap.
My family used to say I should have been an investigative
You should have
reporter.
been scared.
Time, Noreen,
I'm sharing it all here, guys.
I thought we had a page.
Well, at any rate, as you see, we got this request from the Charter Commission, which I'll remind everybody, we have an eminent member on that board who is Judith. She is an elected member of that board. And I just got this, I got this the same day, I got this the same day as our last meeting. So I'm gonna make some suggestions, and you can all beat them up, all right? This is a year's project, and it's the project that this department has been talking about for years, which would be to finally clarify some things in the charter that are vague or wrong or whatever, or need to be done. So, I think this is great timing for us. My theory is that this has to be done for our department anyway, so we do it A to Z, and if the Charter Commission project doesn't go through, we submitted in with their stuff, and we'll be meeting with them and everything else, but if that doesn't go through, then the year later, we just submit it on our own, because we need our charter fixed for us, so either way, the work will be helpful to us. Now, the charter, as you know, refers to certain authorities that we get from Mass General laws and state agencies. The Chapter 165, Chapter 83. This doesn't even mention Chapter 41, which is considered the standard for water departments. What I would be happy to do for the board would be to compile all of these references and give them to the board in one package, so that when we start to talk, you guys would have, oh, Chapter 83, it's right here, rather than, saying, oh, I gotta go to the Mass General. Just an offer I'm making that might.
That's great.
And it would also be like, for instance, we've got, this was the work that I did a year ago when we were briefly talking about about districts, remember?
Oh, yeah.
For instance, this, where it says for water commissioners under Chapter 165 of the Acts of 1935, that's what these are. And I would hate to tell you how long it took me to find them, but, so if you like, it'll take me a couple of weeks. I'll do a printout for Alan, but I'll put every reference in one package for water, one package for sewer, so that this isn't something we have to rush, so that when we start to talk as a board, we won't make each other crazy by saying Mass General law this and people trying to flush around, if you think that's a good idea.
Yeah,
I
you
think
can
it's a
also
great
use
idea.
links, you don't need to be.
I know, but not all of us have a computer in front of us,
I would like to have it in writing
Yeah,
like that.
I'm a Luddite, I'm old-fashioned, I'm gonna, we could even print it out and make books if you like.
That actually would probably be, if you're gonna do it,
Sure.
then just do it
I'll
that way.
work with
Will it
Tracy
include,
and,
us as a commission, what our duties are, et cetera?
well, it'll include all and then we can add to it, any other things you want. The only problems I have are stuff like, it refers to Chapter 83 under the sewer laws, and Chapter 83 of the Mass General laws is a gazillion pages. And there's really only one, you know, Chapter 83 has 20 sections. There's really only one section, you know, that really is the nitty-gritty of us. So what I'll probably do is use my judgment, give you a table of contents, give you the lengthy section 1, and then if you guys want more, you can go and, you know, get them or add to them, rather than me giving you something like, you know, this, you know.
Yeah, no.
And I also want to say, as a member of the Charter Commission,
Yes,
yes, we ask for all this by September 1, but we don't ask for, we ask for some response by
Right,
September 1.
yeah,
I
and
don't think anyone is expecting a
no,
rewrite,
no, we're
but
not.
just,
Right.
you know, that
Um,
it started.
The other thing I thought I would throw in would be, maybe I'll print out the, those sections of the charter for, say, 6 towns in the state, to give us another little comparison. And not necessarily all on the Cape, because the Cape is so screwed up in various stages of startup with sewer. So, would you like those? I'm gonna do them
I
anyway.
think whatever you think
But
would be of
we're only
interest.
the water, again, this is getting to that water, wastewater, and we are just currently still under the water department only. The wastewater stuff still is sitting under, it's,
Is
that's
that,
where
are
the
you,
select
is
board
the,
really needs
is
to.
this commission looking at that? Isn't that what you guys are for
Yeah.
to do, is to clarify
Revise it, and that's
this
what we're gonna
issue
do.
of wastewater and-
Yeah, right.
and say that
Yes, except that some of the decisions about wastewater need to get done by the select board. Come in here anytime you want.
but I mean, this
You
is
know,
an overview.
I don't know if I completely agree with that, but
That's
that will
supposed to-
be flushed out during our discussion,
Yeah.
you know, with the statement you just made. I'm not gonna get into it now till we have all our background and stuff like that.
Okay, you think we have control over the wastewater?
No, that's not what I said. I just said that your statement that you said we are waiting on the select board, I don't know if I completely, that's all I said, I don't know if I
I mean,
completely agree with it.
we, the town, are still waiting for the select
It
board
would also help
to-
if our liaison was here to answer some
Who is our-
questions.
He hasn't contacted me yet.
Pete, Pecars?
Oh, it was Pete.
Yeah, I don't even have his phone number, so, whatever. So,
He's got an email.
I haven't had a need to, usually they reach out to the board, usually, but whatever.
When?
Also,
I mean,
he,
I've been
also,
here.
You could invite him.
he works.
Yeah, he does, he.
Yeah. He's
Thank-
probably
thank
watching
you.
the meetings. That's
Yeah.
what he usually does.
But are we on camera?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Cameron?
So,
Okay.
what I was
But
gonna,
we should, it would be nice to have some input,
I
you
think, I
know,
thought we were
as
just
to what
getting,
they're
further.
thinking
Like, oh my God, I'm picking
we're
up
doing
notes.
with wastewater.
I think
Get
that's
it.
premature.
You do?
Give us a little
Okay.
time to get our own feet under us before we get, yeah.
Okay.
And I've been
'Cause they have a lot of
working on
new
this for
members, too.
years. Yeah.
A lot.
So, you saw the request from Charter. What I would do would be, I would draft, you know, just a nice reply saying, you know, thank you so much for your request, and our board has some, you know, serious issues to look into. We're beginning that investigation, and we'll be back in touch with you in the fall when we feel it's the appropriate time to, we would love to come before you at the appropriate time and go over some of these matters. And if you like, I'll bring that draft to our next meeting, so you guys can, whatever, it's just a little draft, but it'll be part of many, and then I'll still be able to send that off by September 1st, just to let them know that we got it, we're doing stuff, but we're not ready to give them stuff yet.
Oh, yeah, and I think we are intending on inviting the major commissions and boards
Right.
to come in and have discussions too.
If you have any influence, I'm hoping you put us more to the middle or end rather than right up front, because a lot of other departments and everything, they're just like changing one word. You know, ours has, you know, been major, coming on for a long time. We may need some legal advice. We may need some advice from the consultant you're gonna hire. I was thinking we might wanna hire him independently and have him come in and talk to us. You know, there's a lot of things that we might need.
Especially as you're presenting laws,
Right.
we may need some interpretations.
Yeah, absolutely, you know, and so I don't, you know, this, for the Charter Commission, it's a year's project. They aren't going next May to town meeting, so I don't see any reason we should be rushed. These are big topics, Alan knows, that have been going on for 20 years. This is when we finally get asked, Alan, are we a sewer department or not? We've never been asked before, so this is it. So we don't want to
We've
feel...
been asked plenty of times by plenty of people in this town if we are a sewer department. Of
So
course.
I just don't want to feel pressured or rushed about it.
But
This
we
is-
don't get to make that decision, is what I'm talking about with the select board, Noreen. The select board needs to address that before we can address it being part of we as a commission being part of the charter. That's still a select board.
I really, you know, I'm gonna argue this all
Unless
day.
the charter commission
I
decides.
really feel that that's a joint, you know, thing. I don't feel that I'm waiting on anyone, you know, for
Really?
anybody. Yeah, I really don't, but, you know, that's my opinion. We'll see how it turns out when these things get written in black and white, I guess. So, all right, so I won't guarantee it will be for next meeting, but for sometime in the future, I'll prepare a package for everyone with all the legal references. Maybe examples of 6 charters from other towns that have water and sewer, and anything else I can think of. And then we'll have, and then we can take, the charter isn't long, we can take it line by line, you know, if need be, and beat it up. Everybody happy?
Better just,
Happy.
that should be one meeting. If you're gonna give us all of that, that would be
Well,
one
maybe-
agenda item.
Maybe we'll wind up having, you know, there's several different issues. Maybe we'll take one issue each wastewater meeting, you know, over the course of several months. That might be a better way, you know, nail into one. We'll see, whatever you guys want, you know,
Let's see what we get.
yeah. All right, more stuff to do. So, with that said, I just wanted the fact that we were gonna, if I do that, I would need a little time, but it doesn't have to be my next meeting. So what do we want for our next meeting, now that we know we got Jason's super intendant's evaluation mixed in? If you want to make it for the 19th, so there's plenty of time for Jason's thing, we can do that. I'm just not going to have this work done by the 19th, but that's all right.
What we're,
Well, you know,
Charter.
preparing, yeah, all that. I have company and there's no
I don't
way.
think it's necessary for the next
Yeah.
meeting, right?
Right.
no,
What are you preparing?
As I said, you know, printouts of all the laws and things that are referenced in the charter, so they're handy, so that people don't have to run and look things up on Mass General laws.
but didn't you also just say you were gonna send in a note saying that we'd be working on it? So
Yeah.
you don't need to have everything,
Right,
No,
yeah,
yeah.
you don't need to have that stuff.
The 19th
No.
would be good for
And that's
me.
not for them anyway, that's for us. All those laws and everything.
No, but I'm saying you don't need to get those, we're not gonna be making any decisions.
No.
Yeah,
No,
so
this is background.
it's August, take care of your.
Let's do the 19th, I mean, for me, because the next weekend gets very busy.
And that way we can do the Jason thing.
That
We'll be
would be
done
good.
with that.
Yeah, I think that would be great. Let's make that a priority.
How's the 19th for you two?
I can't do any mornings for the rest of the month. I have treatments.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Afternoons, if that would work.
Um,
Or I can miss the meeting.
Afternoon, that's an interesting idea.
I don't know.
How's
what-
everybody for the 19th in the afternoon?
I could do one,
I
probably.
could do that, just to
Mhm.
keep us on the same, it's nice to stay on the same. What's a good time for you in the afternoon, my dear?
Excuse me, anytime from 2 o'clock on?
2 o'clock works for me.
2 o'clock
Sounds good.
on the 19th?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So that means that we will have, Sandy will send out the evaluation packages in the next day or so, and we will return them to her for sure by when? By the,
I'd say by the Friday before.
that's the 15th?
Yes,
You sure that's enough time?
yep, yeah, because that way, I mean,
Okay.
whether we want to include the final version in the packet or not, because I could put the consolidated version in with the packet materials.
That's what I was
Okay,
kind of
yeah.
hoping for.
Yeah, and
That-
Tracy usually tries to get that done for Friday afternoon, end of the day, for the next week's meeting. So, yep, I can make that happen.
So we'll turn these into you by, what, the 14th, let's say?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
the
the 14th is
14th, yes.
Thursday.
Please.
And about that part about us being able to write right into it, that would be great,
Okay, sure, yep,
you know.
no problem. I'll
Um,
make it electronic so you can type into all the
Okay,
fields.
terrific.
Yep. And if you want to print it out and do it that way, you can still do it that way.
Okay. All right,
So the official date,
for the meeting
yeah,
is Tuesday, August 19th at 2 o'clock.
okay.
Well, maybe I don't have to bring a draft back for charter, I'll just write what I was gonna say and send it to them in a couple of weeks, yeah. But as I say, as they start picking people out, keep us towards the end.
I will.
We get, you know, a lot of departments
I've
have
got
very
swear.
minor.
I know, I'm
Yeah, a lot of departments have very minor things and, you know,
Did you hear that, Richard Wastewater?
well, I mean, you know, I hate to say this,
No,
but,
you're right, and I
Right.
think they're very cognizant of the fact that the town is, you know, becoming with wastewater, so. yeah,
right.
I
And,
think
and,
it's good.
and also too, you know, I really support the charter revision project.
Oh, thank you.
But I am a little concerned from the point of view of this department, you know, if others say, well, we want it to say this, and this, if this board doesn't approve it, I don't know how far it's going. You know what I
So this is
mean?
the point of a charter commission.
Right.
We, as a commission, do not have control.
Right,
The charter commission, at the end of the day, we put together a document with everybody in town,
yeah,
regardless of what your job is, if you work for the town in some way, shape, or
Mhm.
form. And it's a really diverse
Right.
charter commission, which is great, and we do argue, and politely. But it's good. Do you know, I mean,
I
we
know.
disagree, but we have consensus.
No, I give
which
you
is
credit.
Beautiful.
I get the willy-nillys.
I wouldn't want it.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
And there will be multiple, open, I mean, all the meetings
Yeah.
are open, right? But we'll have sessions where we hope the general public en masse comes and really discusses this before it gets prepared and gets put before town meeting for approval.
Yep.
And then I suppose we have to vote on it too, right?
Mhm.
At the, you know, at the polls,
Yeah,
because everybody can't make it to
that's
town
the
meeting.
main
Right,
thing.
so it probably has a 2/3 vote at town meeting, and then
I don't believe it goes to town meeting, it goes straight to the ballot,
straight to the ballot? Okay.
which is tough.
Does it have to be 2/3 of the ballot?
No, the ballot is win or lose.
That's
Oh,
the-
put it-
yeah.
The big thing is to get it out there,
Yeah,
people know
Yeah.
and hear. Yeah. The last time we didn't have television.
you are so You almost got
Did you have
it.
water?
I'm gonna tell Sally you said that.
I didn't have television.
Do we have running water? Do we have a water
That's your-
department? No, we just have
That's
the
a
pump
sales
shop in
point.
front of everybody's house.
We had troughs.
We had troughs.
We had that fountain up at the exchange.
Yeah. It was probably working then.
Oh my
It was a
God.
very different world. Let me tell you.
So-
And, you know, life is simple today. I mean, you can have meetings, televised, and people can follow along as you move along. You know, of course, everything was on paper back then.
Yeah.
You know, and then, once the word got out, they read it, oh, Christ, you can't do that, you can't do
No,
that.
no,
You
you
need to
know.
do this, and the list went on.
Did people show up for meetings?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was entertainment too.
There's a raging mob.
Yes, I'm sure it was.
Okay, we got some deadlines here, so I'm going to move on to superintendent's report. And he has some very interesting news.
Okay.
You're not leaving.
I'll save it.
It's not allowed, sorry.
Don't let him talk.
So we went through quite a bit of this already. Station 10, the new, sorry, it will be, I guess I should start referring that to Station 15, because that's probably
Thank
most
you, I
likely.
never understood why you called it Station 10.
That's how it's always been
I know,
brought up, and I was
but
like,
it
why don't I
drives
just?
me nuts.
Because, yeah, probably because it's
That's
going.
the old way, that's
Yeah.
all.
So Station 15, no new news, they're still working on the model there. We're working with Apex on the hydraulic model, sending them data, and we'll be putting together quite a bit. So everybody's gonna sort of get what they have to submit, so that'll be good. Tank painting, went over that, that's good. I'm gonna contact Miles to get him in for a brief discussion on the contract and everything.
When the contract's ready, no
Yep.
reason to have them in twice, but that would be great timing.
Yep. Sanitary survey, the cybersecurity assessment with the EPA. I sat down with the EPA with everybody. We went through that. We got a report back from them. I have to sit down with the DEP, and we're going to figure out a mitigation report and when different things are due. And that is things to, like, changing your password every 2 months, or your password has to be, 12 symbols long, and it has to consist of different things.
Wow.
So, and then there'll be some other things with firewalls and with the SCADA and with IT and getting everything, so that's what the state wants. So we're gonna set some deadlines and we're gonna get that done. So that's asset management grant that has been submitted. It was submitted on July 25th. So I don't have a date right now when I should hear something, but I will follow up on that for the asset management grant. The sewer, Bay Road water main, sewer main, is complete. They had a problem with getting a manhole to pass a pressure test. They finally got that to pass last week, and I was just on the phone with GHD, and the Casey's will be hooked up Thursday. So that will be great now.
So John's going on vacation? No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
John Long has been flushing that area for a year and about 15 months now.
Yeah, and
Every week.
Yeah, ever since summer started, he's been doing it twice a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Don't want to go on vacation and
But yeah.
for a whole week of service until it's proven.
So we went over the grinder pumps and all that, and I guess I have some big news.
Yeah.
So back in 2021, they did a PFAS, some testing, in 18, they started PFAS testing all the way through. In 2021, in the wells here, they found traces of PFAS here in 2021. It was a trace of 1.8 parts per trillion. The regulatory, I guess the limit is 20 parts per trillion. Since then, well, since that trace hit, we were able to enter into a class action lawsuit against some manufacturers that manufactured this PFAS chemical. We just got awarded $742,000.
Wow.
Can I tell them the background of that piece of
To the
paper?
department or to the town?
To the department.
To the department.
But it
That
will-
water tower.
It'll be
I-
for PFAS, but I gotta tell you one thing. So
So
last.
I just gotta do one thing,
Okay,
one thing for
sorry.
you.
It's his report.
Since we have continuously tested for PFAS, and we have had no detects since then. So we've had we've had a slight detect, and we are under the regulatory limit, which is 20 parts per trillion, and since then, all of our tests have come back non-detect. So that is good. Okay.
That's,
So I gotta tell you this. So last summer, in June, we were a little busy, this board, I think, and everything. So I don't even know if I was chair by then, but whatever, I got this one little piece of paper in the mail. And it was about a class action suit for PFAS. It sounded like the mesothelioma ones. And we were all so busy then and everything else. And we don't have any detects. And I so wanted to just throw that piece of paper in the wastebasket. But due diligence, as we always are, I talked it over with Sandy, and a guy had been calling her, and so we tossed it to Dan. And we said, Dan, can you make this go away? We don't know why this guy is torturing us, we're so busy and everything else.
Oh, it was in the
And,
newspaper.
and he had to, since we didn't have detects, we were trying to get into the class actions.
Well, we did have a detect, and
Right.
it did get in the newspaper in a very large way a long time ago.
Okay, so since we didn't have detects currently at that time a year ago in June, it involved the whole department. They had to, because this was like on a Tuesday and the thing was due by Friday. Dana was a big piece of it, everybody was. Water samples, things run to post offices, FedEx, people running around all over the place. And the whole time I was thinking, oh my God, all this work, what have I generated? I don't know if this is, worth all this and everything else, and so I'm glad I didn't throw that piece of paper away. So I'll take a little credit for that. So what we're gonna do is that, but I wanted the board to know about it first, is that next Monday, Dan will be on the select board agenda to tell the town, and this is really kind of more, as much about they're very interested in anyway, but also as a PR opportunity. We always have Dave LeBlanc and those other departments standing up saying, I got this award, I got that award. So the thing is, we need Dan to really explain it because it's so complicated that other people stumble, because it's like, it's not the bad PFAS, it's PFAS 6, which is, and then he'll go into the whole, thing about it. So he'll be at the select board's meeting. I'll introduce him next Monday night. And if anybody would like to come and hear, you are more than welcome. But I wanted the board to hear it before it hit the news or anything. This all just happened a week ago that we got this news.
So I'm just a little conservative on the PFAS stuff, because that's part of my other work.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that money is gonna have to sit in a fund.
Oh, it has to, yeah.
And
No place else for it.
I think we need to be very careful that we are not gonna scare people.
Yeah,
And
that's what I did.
We
a
do.
lot of PFAS things are showing up when they haven't been there before.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
And what, I mean,
so one and done does not mean it's one and done. That's-
No, no, of course not,
the
And,
fact that you got one is important.
yeah.
and I know a lot of that was, the argument at the time was because it was a new tank that had been put in or a new something. So they thought it was a one and done, but
Yeah, no, the money has to be spent on PFAS things that will have to go into a fund, but nice to know we have that sitting there. Should we ever have to add filtration to tanks or as things progress, there's no question we'll be involved as time goes on. So anything else from the superintendent?
That'll do it.
Okay, commissioners report, John,
All set.
Bob,
I'm good.
just that thing that I had sent you, I'll look it up when you're,
oh yeah.
if you want to. Do you have any commissioners?
I felt like I answered you curtly, and I didn't mean to. You know, with emails, you can never tell the tone.
No, I had gotten an email from the New England Water Association. They were having they do different events around New England to educate folks, and where did I put it? There's an event this month sometime out in Sturbridge to look at a sewer system that's got like an alternative, it's a standalone
A
sewer
treatment
system.
plant?
A treatment plant that's a newer design for smaller systems that,
Like package plant?
No, it wasn't a package plant. It was a new technology that came out to, I was reading about that.
I'll find it and I'll send it to you, and I just thought if anybody, I wouldn't be able to attend the,
It was a new treatment technique
you know.
that came out.
And just because I think long-term, at some point, somewhere in the area, there's gonna have to be another treatment plant besides Chatham, size-wise, right? And it might behoove us, if we ever are going to be a sewer department, to, as commissioners,
Is
to have.
that addressing a town-wide sewer treatment plant or a high user treatment?
That, I think, that's addressing a treatment technique as if you were if you were designing a treatment facility for the town.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'll find it and send it to you. I'll do it on this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alan?
No,
No? So that's it, folks.
So, and on another note, I will say that the settlement will come in steps and increments. So the payments will come in increments. We didn't get the whole amount, and so it will come over time. That's what I
Yeah,
could say.
we'll set up a fund.
okay. It's okay, as long as it comes.
Checks in the mail.
So if anybody would like to make a motion to adjourn,
Come on.
So good.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.